Hello, this is Amber Martin from Dallas. My placement, if you don't remember, is at American Red Cross in Dallas. I work in the Direct Care Services department with American Red Cross. And in our department, we work with clients that have been impacted by a disaster. The main mission of my department is to um, meet meet the client's immediate needs and make sure that their immediate needs are met in order to either softly hand them off to another organization or hopefully they're on their feet to move forward with life. Something that recently came up in my placement was the question about confidentiality and clients' personal information. Um, at Red Cross, they've moved away from paper files. We use electronic. The client's information comes through the system via our direct assistance. I'm sorry, disaster assistance team. They go out, do the initial contact with the client, and then they put them in the system. They are fed into the system, and then that's where we get them. At the point when we get them is we're calling, just checking up on them, seeing how things are going after the disaster, and seeing if there's any immediate needs that we can meet at this time, whether it's finding clothing for kids, finding clothing for them, finding shelters, finding this or that, because our DAD team or disaster assistance team gives out monetary amounts. But again, these amounts are very small. They're only to get you through for a day or so. They're not meant to really completely make you whole again after disaster. After the disaster, most of these amounts are about $300 per family or $50 per family member. We do offer some assistance for hotels, and normally that's about $280, $320, depending on if it's a weekend or not. So it's really just good for a couple night stay at a motel. So what our job is to connect with the person within 24 to 48 hours of the disaster and really try to help them really get on their feet. We touch base with the person 3 times via phone. And then at the third point, which it should be about 30 to 60 days out, we feel that the client should be on their feet and on their way past the disaster, as whatever that may look like. Whether it's their house burned down, so the insurance is now taking care of them and helping them find a temporary place to stay while the house is being repaired, or an apartment complex flooding and residents needing temporary housing and a shelter taking them in for a few days while all the repairs are being done. But my question to my colleagues was, although a lot of our information is electronically, I find myself taking a lot of notes, writing down clients' names, writing down their case number, writing down their phone number. And I understand it's not birth dates, it's not socials, it's not addresses necessarily. Sometimes it can be an address. And it's not really that we write. Sometimes we'll write about a person's disaster, like John Doe will be calling, needing supplemental um, assistance, which is that's something else that we provide. If once they come to us, we find out that there's an additional need, like for they need a deposit for a place to stay, we can provide them supplemental assistance, which is an additional only $300. So a lot of times we'll jot down this information. We have a call log where we keep all clients' names and their case numbers on this log, and it just shows how many times we've called them before they go into the third time, the last time, and they go into review. So my question was, is this information considered confidential? Because I feel like it is. Um, and if so, what can we do to better protect our clients? Now, knowing that my placement seemed to feel that the information was confidential, it's just the client's name and their case number, their American Red Cross case number. So the only people that should be milling around a desk should be an American Red Cross staff or volunteer. Well, we also have cleaning people that come, and these lists are not put away. So I feel like although John Doe is maybe a common name, or Jane Smith, or a name may be common or a name that's not common, but to have names on list with case numbers and the event date of when it occurred and how many times we've contacted these individuals, it feels like a little bit of confidential information. So my question to the class is, how do you handle your client confidential information? Does your organization have a process? Are you completely on electronic? Or do you all still do paper files? And if so, is there a certain process or safety feature rules that you all go off of? Do you lock the documents up at night? Are they locked at a desk? Are they locked in a secure place? How is confidential information handled, and what is considered confidential information? Thank you. Have a good night.